Step right in, don't miss the show. Big Fat Rick is ready to go. Big Fat Rick, Big Fat Rick, come on in for the slickest trick. Big Fat Rick, Big Fat Rick, tune it now, he's your midnight pick. Big Fat Rick, Big Fat Rick, stay tuned now for the Big Fat Rick Show.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Big Fat Rick Show. Today we're going to be interviewing the BDR. We just had the competition, the Unbreakable BDR competition, the bars competition, bro. It was so dope. Yeah, I'm really proud of that competition. So, a lot of you guys know that I'm from Philly, right? And yeah, I love Philly. It's my city. It's where I was born. It's where I live today. But can somebody fucking explain why every neighborhood smells like a losing argument? You could be driving down the street. It could be a beautiful day. You fucking around and roll that window down, bro. It's over, bro. Hot garbage, chemical plant. You smelling piss. Philly has the seasons that you have. Winter, spring, and fall, summer. And then we have the season of what the fuck is that smell? And every neighborhood seems to have its own fucking stench. South Philly be smelling like cheesesteaks and diesel. Kensington, bro, that smells like bad decisions and SEPTA delays. Northeast Philly smells like somebody pressure washing an Italian bakery while another dude's cutting grass with a weed whacker older than the Constitution. Don't get me started on 995. I don't even know what the fuck that smell is. It's like the Delaware River looked at the dumpster and said, yo, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Look what I could do. The river smells like hell, bro. You can't roll your windows down, not even for 1 second. Now your car, if you roll your window down, your car smells like an abandoned Wawa hoagie. Spent 3 weeks in the trunk. People come from out of town, they say the same thing. Yo, what the fuck is that smell? I'll be like, yo, I don't know. It's like a mixture of all kinds of shit. And I've lived here my whole fucking life. We stopped asking questions like 2 decades ago, man. We just accept it. Lisa will be like, you smell that? I'll be like, yeah. She'll be like, what the fuck is that? I'll be like, that's Philly. And you know what's funny? People from Philly don't even react anymore. Tourists be like, oh my God, what is that? Us? The wind changed direction, that's all. No, we don't need to panic. No investigation needed. The wind just is blowing east that day. And, bro, when it rains, bro, every smell in Philly gets activated like the Avengers assemble. The sewer, the river, the factories, and the mystery smells no one knows. The rain, it just really brings everything out. And don't even get me started on the fucking roads. We're overtaxed so much. And who designed these fucking roads? The city was built by people throwing spaghetti at a map. You miss one turn, congratulations. You're now in fucking New Jersey. And you know what I hate? New Jersey. You ever hit a pothole in fucking Philly? They're not even a pothole. It's like affordable housing. I've seen potholes big enough to have zip codes. Some potholes be having mailboxes. Kids were fishing and shit in it. Google Maps should warn you, in 500 feet, prepare for emotional damage. Because Philly don't repair fucking potholes. They just give them names. Oh, that's Big Tony. He been there since 98. You hit one going 25 miles an hour, your dashboard will light up like it's fucking Christmas. Check engine, ABS. Hey, your airbag may deploy. People buy SUVs because they have kids, but not in Philly. You buy an SUV because your Honda disappeared into Roosevelt Boulevard. And don't get me started on those fucking little metal plates they throw over the road construction. Who put that there? One hit, clang, you immediately apologize to your suspension. I hate those fucking things. Every street in Philly has construction. Every single street. You ever notice they'll start a project and then disappear for 6 months? There's one guy standing there holding a shovel, not digging, just standing there. He might be thinking about digging. Well, who knows? He's been thinking since fucking 2019. And yet somehow We still love this city. I'll complain all day, man, but let somebody else say some shit, and now we got a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say about fucking Philly? Because nobody gets to talk shit about my city except my city, and that's family business. We'll defend this shit with our fucking lives. We yell, go Birds, go Phils, while dodging potholes the size of Delaware, holding our noses because something smells like burning onions mixed with low tide, eating a cheesesteak, and somehow I'm still convinced this is the greatest city in America. And honestly, maybe that's the most Philliest thing of all, right? I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're going to have a good interview. I want to welcome in BDR. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the BDR.
Yes, sir, Ski. Oh, my earpiece is all fucked up. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, my Jesus. What the fuck happened? All right, there we go. Jesus, sorry. I'm
good?
professional. Yeah, I'm professional, I swear.
I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, bro. You been all right?
I know it's been a long time, dude. How's life been?
I don't know, man. It's crazy, man. It's a lot, bro. The 3 minutes that it's been since I seen you, I don't know if we got time to fill in on everything that's happened.
I can't give a little update. I just sent Matt the money through PayPal. It says it's not gonna be there till the 22nd. I did send him a photo confirming the money was sent. He said it's all good. Just got the message back from him, but I want to make sure that it's known that we ain't fucking around with that. Go for it. So shout out Matt. Oh, dude, fucking Matt Dodd, bro. Fucking Matt the God, big dick motherfucker. Fucking won the Unbreakable Bars challenge. Also, I have a surprise guest with us.
Yeah, I came down to make sure that he sent that money. Glasses on, ain't
Yo, he came down there with the glasses on and everything.
Here's documented evidence that we really do live nearby. We are related, baby.
How far do y'all live from each other?
A block.
It has to be, bro, because we were off the air for 3 minutes. This motherfucker's already there drinking a beer.
No, literally, we live a block away. I can see his house. I can see where BDR lives from my backyard.
Damn, bro, you stalking.
Oh yeah, nah, I was there. So Matt, I got your back, bro. So just know that I'm in the background this whole time, just making sure BDR is doing what he's supposed to, or I'm gonna whoop his ass.
Oh shit, he's squirming in that seat, bro. Got him squirming in the seat.
Hey, yo, I love you guys.
Much
I'm gonna
love,
go back
bro.
in the chat, man. I had to come by. We had to let you guys know that we are close by. We really can touch each other. We really are.
Yeah, that's real.
Much
Later,
love, bro.
y'all.
Much love.
Oh shit. Yeah, he called me in between the stream. Was like, "Hey man, you live yet? Cause I'm at your door." I was like,
Nice. He was like, "You gonna send that fucking money?" Yo, that's cool, bro.
"Yeah." Hayes, go lay down, mister. I'm trying to get my son to bed, but it's all good. Shit.
So this is a late night edition of the Big Fat Rick Show. So we keeping it a little bit more loose. This is after hours right here. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, BDR, let's launch into it, bro. So, for people that are discovering you now, right? This is a question I think I've been asking a lot. Who are you beyond all of this music shit? Like, if you took music out of your existence, who is BDR?
BDR outside of music is a confidently, love you, big bro, confidently insecure blue collar family man.
Nice.
At the end of the day, it's really what it comes down to. I probably spend more time on the clock actually working than I do anything else. And I come home. Obviously, I'm close to family, as we just saw. My mom and parents are right downstairs, quite literally. So I'm a big family guy, especially with health issues, my own and other family members. I'm just a really big family man. I'm a blue collar, hardworking family man. It's really the best way I could describe myself.
Okay, so we know that you had some issues when you were younger health wise, but let's remove the health issues, right? So if we remove the health issues, what was your childhood like?
Naivety. I really had my brother's keeper. to
I
the
love
highest
that.
degree. It was really just I had friends in school and shit, but my friends were my brother's friends, bro. I've always been around the older crowd and not on weird shit. Like I just was always hanging around my brother's friends. His friends are his age and in between mine and his age. So there's an 8 year, yeah, no, 7 year gap between him and I. So I was always the young cat hanging out with the older cats, trying to get wisdom, spend time with them, being outside a lot. My younger days living in the jail court, we didn't have Wi-Fi till I was like 10 years old, maybe even later.
Oh, that
I
must
didn't
be
have
horrible. I didn't have
it.
Wi-Fi till I was like 30,
Well, I grew
because
up
it didn't exist.
this, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, I didn't have Wi-Fi till I was 10 years
well, I
old.
actually wish I
Fuck.
didn't. I wish I didn't have Wi-Fi longer, bro. I didn't realize how much of a blessing it was really developing those human to human, person to person
Yeah, man.
interactions,
Absolutely.
getting like, dude, I'm 24 and I still miss going outside with the fucking community of the people and just fucking going playing kickball, bro, playing
Right.
ball tag, doing
Absolutely.
all that shit.
Yep.
It did incline me to get in more trouble. To be fair, it was more influential, you know, uh, influential. I would say, like more of a fucking lack of a better term, I guess, and fucking
What, you talking about the older kids?
yeah, just being around kids maybe who didn't have their shit together. But on the flip side of that, it kind of showed me what not to do. I'm God blessed me with the wisdom to have the knowledge of what I should and shouldn't do, be able to understand what would be clarified as missteps, not necessarily mistakes, but shit that's not necessarily on the good side of the moral compass.
Right. Yep, I agree. Okay, so now come back to the medical situation that you had as a child, bro. Now, me and you, we already talked about it before. Remember, we were live on a panel, and it wasn't like an official interview, but remember, we were talking, and you
Yes,
told me a
sir.
lot about what happened and everything. But for the people that don't know or weren't there that night, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that journey, that the health journey that you went through?
That health journey has defined the man that I am to the highest degree and still defines me to this day. I still have struggles. So I have a disease called mitochondrial Cox syndrome type 4. I'm the 12th person out of 15 at the time of diagnosis. Maybe it's more now. I don't really keep up to date with the record list, uh, ever in the world to be diagnosed. So I'm not patient zero, but I'm pretty fucking close out of billions of people to be number 12. And what it is, deteriorates all the muscle and fat in your body. Um, and my mitochondrial cell, which everyone has, that for those who don't know, it's your powerhouse cell, it's your energy cell. It's what breaks down the enzymes and the food and shit that you eat that provides energy for you. Mine's extremely deficient. So sometimes a 10-hour nap to a 2-hour nap, it feels the exact fucking same. And learning to adapt with that, I shouldn't even be able to do the job that I do. I'm not supposed to be out in humidity above 65. I'm not supposed to be out in weather that's freezing or feels like below freezing. And when I was in middle school, it popped my spine out of my back.
Damn.
Literally went. I don't have scoliosis or anything. I actually have a pretty good spine, all things considered. But it popped my spine out of my back, and it put me in a regular wheelchair that was custom made for me. And then a year later, put me in a custom electric wheelchair because my health got so bad I literally couldn't wheel myself. I had gray
How
brain.
old were you?
I was seventh grade, so from 13, 2 days after the year I turned 13 years old to right after 17.
Okay, so like the entire teenage, all those years, those important teenage years.
Everything except my senior year, yeah.
Yeah, not
Which
cool.
got fucked up by COVID. So it was
Oh
nothing but a
shit.
roller coaster. I graduated
All
in
right.
2020.
Oh shit. All right, so let me ask you this, bro. Has the disease already done all the damage that it's gonna do, and now you live with what it's done, or is it like mine, where every day it's just taking a little bit more, taking a little bit more?
Every day it's a give and take. Every day it's a give and take. There's
But
certain
is it
days.
like is it progressive though? Like
Yeah,
it's gonna get worse, like
it's
or
supposed to.
Okay.
It's not definitive. And the reason I say that is I was supposed to be dead when I was 10. I had a
Yeah.
life expectancy of 10 years old, and I got bedridden ill at 10. I was so bad that I literally thought I was going to die because of what the information was given to me by the doctors. But I had a life expectancy of 10 years old. I'm
And you,
24 now.
yeah, I'd say you smashed that, right?
But that's where that spite comes from. When I talk about doing shit out of spite, it's literally because for the last 14 years of my life, I'm not, according to all scientific research and everything other than, I guess, faith, I'm not supposed to fucking be here.
Yeah,
I've,
man. I'd get pissed too, bro. They counted you out.
yeah, it's a chip on my shoulder that will never. I don't think I can never foresee. I could be 65 and I don't think it's gonna leave.
I think you should keep that chip. I really do, bro. So the doctors recommended that you spend pretty much your whole life in a fucking wheelchair, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to be a lifelong endeavor.
Right. So what made you decide, fuck you, I'm getting out this wheelchair? And I want to know the moment that you got out of the wheelchair. I want to hear about the moment that when you were like, nah, man, I'm done with this.
I went through I've had two phases of severe depression in my life. And the first phase was being in the wheelchair. I missed out on what, at the time, not as much now, but at the time, felt like very key social interactions. I didn't get invited to parties because a lot of the times they couldn't even get me in the fucking house. I didn't get hit up by potential friends because they didn't want to really deal with the responsibility of being accommodating and didn't know how. And when I turned 17, towards the end of my 17th year of being alive, going on 18, I knew when I turned 18 by law, I had every legal authority over myself. I knew that no one could tell me what they want, no matter what they said, no matter what they did. I knew my parents loved me enough not to kick me out of the house, but even if they did, they could, and I could. I was in charge of me. So I decided.
Let me ask you this. Let me jump in and ask you this. Sorry. Were your parents, was your mother and them, were they supportive when you decided I'm not gonna sit in this chair no more, or were they like, yo, were they scared? You know what I mean? If I was your father, bro, and I don't know, but I'm saying if I was your father, I probably would have been scared. I'm not gonna lie.
My parents were petrified.
Okay.
But they also were very
That makes sense.
They were petrified, but they understood. They understand. I have the privilege and just taking the risk throughout the years of being like, look, you need to be honest with me. I'm adult enough, even if you don't think I am. I don't care what the news is. I don't care how hard it is. I want you to tell me so I can grow from this. I don't want to live. I don't care what the reality is. I don't want to live in a fallacy. I want to live in reality no matter how dark it is.
I respect that.
So I can flip it into a positive.
I
was so positive for the longest time in an unhealthy manner for the sake of being positive because I refuse to be negative. And when I turned 17 and living through my 17-year-old, I was like, what really kicked it for me before COVID became a thing was I wanted to walk across the graduation aisle for my mom. Dope. I refused, and I didn't want it to be like a pity or a "oh, good for you" kind of deal. Like, no, I wanted to walk across that fucking aisle for me, for my mom, and for me. Like,
you wanted to have that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I did get that moment despite of COVID. We still had graduation. So I went to the gym against my parents' will, against my doctor's order. I started going to the gym in my wheelchair.
Going to the gym is crazy, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Like with everything that they're telling you, and then you go to the gym. Were you trying to get stronger, BDR, or were you trying to prove them wrong?
Both. I knew my arms worked, and I wanted my arms to be I wanted to be able to, I wanted to be able to will myself.
Yeah, I feel
one of my favorite things about being in a mechanical wheelchair, was doing wheelies. Dude, that shit's addictive. It's like no joke. Like it's hard to describe, but the feeling, like I got to the point, dude. I'm going. If there's a wheelchair, like world wheelchair competition, I would have been the best in the world. Like I could literally go
Damn.
backwards for miles in wheelchairs, like literally in a wheelie going backwards. I could spin around in circles, and like I used to have wheelchair gloves. Like it was one of
That's
those
dope,
things. Like I was like, I embodied what I was, but I just felt in my heart that there's more to life than this.
Is that why that's why your arms are so big? You know what I mean?
I got to the point where I can't do it now because I mean, admittedly, I work too much. I used to work as an excuse when I go to the gym, but I used to be able to go upside down, perfectly straight up and down, and do pull-ups while I'm upside down, pulling myself up directly like this, like because that was the only thing that did work physically
Right.
was my
So
arms.
so you were getting stronger. So you were, I think, sharpening you were sharpening your mind too. You're sharpening your body. You were getting stronger, and then in the same breath though, you were proving these people wrong though. You know what I mean? I don't know like one individual person, but the whole world. Like you were just proving the whole world wrong. That's what it seemed like, bro. So how did those struggles, right? So we asked you who you were without the music, but now let's bring the music back, right? How did those struggles shape like who you are today with the chip on your shoulder, but also how did it shape the artist that you are today?
It defined that I would say I'm a gambling man because during that time I
I
ran the
would say
risk
so too.
of snapping my back and being paralyzed for the rest of my life. There was and possibly dead, and it was either that or where I'm at now and walking. And it was the same thing with music. I'm a smart dude. I don't like to be egotistical, but I'm intelligent, bro. I have a very high. I have 120 IQ. Last time I took a test, I was honors in college. I had full ride scholarships. I was going to school to be a computer scientist, but I was miserable. I was
Right.
doing it because I thought it was the right thing to do, and I wanted to be set up for life and be successful, but I wasn't happy. And it really came down to a very key conversation with Ajunique, my brother. One night during New Year's Eve, he painted this picture to me. And because I had those health issues and I was willing to risk my life for the ability to walk again, I knew I was willing to risk my life to pursue my dreams because it was so scary.
It's amazing, bro. So Odd Unique, he's your older brother. He's an artist as well. Now, you already told me, but how did he influence you musically?
He was the cool kid, bro, without being the cool kid. Like, he was him. I loved how much he was himself. I loved how much he was himself. Shout out to you, Jeeps. Shout out to Core. Shout out to BLI. And Tifo and everyone in the chat. Mosh, I love you all for real for being here. He's always been himself, man. And he's been judged way harsher than I've been judged. I mean, maybe at least to his face, I had a lot of cats behind my back that I hear in later years and shit. His shit was immediate, especially with some of the missteps that people would classify that he took. And he always, despite battling whatever demons he may or may not have been battling, he always was my big brother. He never once faded or shook on trying to be a positive role model for me.
Is he the reason? Is he the reason you rap?
Undoubtedly. I mean, part of it started off as like I wanted to be like my big bro because my big bro was one of the coolest people I've ever had the privilege of knowing, and I've met a lot of dope ass people, man.
What's something that you learned from his career? Because I noticed that you like to learn from other people's mistakes, which shows intelligence. You know what I mean? So, what is one thing you learned from his career?
Being more active. I've been able to be two things I learned was flow. He actually is the one that taught me the whole concept of flow. I started this shit off by just feel. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any technical terms. I didn't even know, even though I was a drummer, I didn't know music measures. I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what music theory was. I knew none of this shit. And we were freestyling in our parents' living room, freestyle games. And he taught me, he was like, you want your bars to hit at a specific point consistently. That's what flow is. That's how he explained it to me. We were rapping on a hi-hat. It was like, so he's like, choose an instrument and make sure every rhyme that fits the scheme hits on that instrument. And that's how you get flow.
He was teaching you timing and
Yeah,
all
precisely. That, and also he taught me, he gave me the boost to be consistent with this, because one of the things he gives himself a lot of flack for is he could have done blown up, could have done been bigger than what he is, could have been bigger than Salmi's Goat God, Cold Blood, and all them. And I believe that if he would have been more active, because the talent's been there for over a decade, it was that finally exposing himself, presenting himself, putting himself out there, posting himself on social media. That was a misstep in his opinion, and in my opinion, that he took in his initial career when he was 16 years old, and he's 30 now.
Right.
So he beat that into my head. I agreed with it, and even though I only spend like the weekends now, I still constantly have that voice of my big bro telling me, dude, stay on it. Make sure you exist.
You're pretty consistent, bro. That's good, man. That's good. That's a good answer. That's what I was looking for, bro. So if you could record, so do you have a certain type of song that you've wanted to do with your brother that you just haven't done yet for whatever reason? A concept or something?
Maybe a family homage, maybe, but not really. We made a whole album together that hasn't been dropped yet, and that was all naturally done. He picked beats, I picked beats. He came up with the chorus, I came up with the chorus. We were sending music back and forth together, and there's not really a specific song that I want. Maybe conceptually, I want to do schematically rather, bar for bar. He spits a bar, I spit a bar, kind of like
okay,
Welcome to Hell from Bad Meets Evil. I've always dreamt of doing that with my big bro. But other than that, subject matter doesn't matter. I'm in my I guess prime, or my most BDR-esque when I'm recording and doing music with my brother. He has this ability, intentionally or unintentionally, that no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, as a matter, I get the best of myself and give my best each and every new song with the Unbreakable Bars Challenge and shit I've already recorded post that. He brings out a standard in me that I only seem to be able to reach when we're in the studio together, which is this studio that I'm sitting in talking to you with right now.
So what message are you trying to leave every time you step in the booth?
Whatever emotion I'm feeling.
So
music,
you mostly want to convey an emotional, you want to appeal to the emotional side.
I want to appeal to anyone who's really able to listen, willing to listen, because I do this for me. At the end of the day, I don't do this for anybody else, because I've already had the privilege of someone telling me I needed to hear that song, you saved my life. So I've already won in life as an artist. There's nothing else. There's only gravy to add on to the biscuits for me to achieve.
You making me hungry now, bro.
I'm hungry as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. But
biscuits and gravy.
But when it comes down to it, music was a therapeutical escape for me. I used to write poetry with no beat. I used to just write shit out like a diary, and I started structuring in music. And that's what it's the core of what the BDR is. That's why the BDR is the breakdown of Ricky, because really when I write music, I'm breaking down whatever emotion I'm feeling the rawest at the time that I feel like I can genuinely convey, or authentically is a better word to convey, and translate it to the music.
Now, when did you realize that music was a direction that you wanted to take, that you wanted to invest fully into music? How old were you? When was that moment?
20 or 21 years old, so about 3 years ago. It was really the conversation with my brother on New Year's Eve. He made me understand, dude, you can do this too. One day you start off, you got nothing but a fucking phone. The next day you got a friend who's willing to make a beat for you. The next day, you got to save up enough money over time. You got a microphone. The next day, you got Audacity. It's free to use. You got a DAW downloaded on a laptop that somehow you found and you paid for. It might have only cost $200, and you just keep building brick by brick by brick. But there's always something to gain each and every day, no matter how small. And if you're willing to do that, you can be successful.
Damn, bro, that's some you spitting bars right now, bro. What what inspires your songwriting the most, though?
My emotions.
So it's a that is your approach then.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got a little more altered with like song structure, making sure it's relatable, but telling my story. I think I have a story that I'm really talented at conveying in this kind of format, just talking and translating that to a musical aspect. And that challenge, that mental block that it provides me, I love the challenge. I love how discouraged sometimes it makes me. It makes me I like the euphoric feeling that I get from something that is difficult.
So looking back at at all your health problems, bro, and bro, you know I relate to the 10th power. You know what I mean when it comes to that. Looking back at all that shit, bro, how did it strengthen your mind?
The real key point was when 2022, October 2022, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer on top of her brain cancer and her MS. I wrecked my car and I broke my phone all within the week of one another. And
Tough week.
that was the most depressed I've ever been. So I didn't have a way to get to work, and I was able to get out of the wheelchair shortly before that and do this manual labor job working at Amazon. And I sat in that depression for months by myself. I picked myself back up. No matter how much my parents or anyone else wanted to offer help, I refused it out of spite.
Yeah,
I had to prove to myself that in my darkest time, as unhealthy as it is, and I do not recommend it, it's a dangerous territory to be in. I mean, suicidal every night, contemplating your worth, contemplating everything that you contemplate in that in that mindset. Um, it showed me that when worst comes to worst, and I'm an extremist at heart, so an apocalyptic situation, I have no one else. I may go crazy, but I know I got me.
hell yeah. So you were told you weren't gonna make it, bro. You were told you got 10 years. What would you? But you still here now. What would you tell somebody else that's being told they ain't gonna make it?
I would tell them, believe in yourself, man. Even when you have zero confidence, and I still have days like that. I have no confidence. Put one foot, metaphorically, because I literally couldn't do it for a certain point in time, in front of the other. Find a reason to be positive. Even if it's because the sun shined through for 2 minutes through the clouds. That's enough reason to wake up the next day.
That's how you
You-
got through it all. You just
Yeah.
look for different things to grab onto, like positive things.
Yeah, and a big thing was letting people knowing that even though it didn't feel like it uh for the longest time, in certain days, even though I know it's true, someone will miss you. Stay
Yeah,
alive for someone else. If you can't stay alive for yourself, stay alive for someone else, because whether they
yeah.
express it or not, they're gonna
Yeah.
miss you.
That's
And legacy is important to me.
that's incredible, bro. That's very selfless. I think you've been through a lot, bro. Obviously, and it's there's a lot of qualities about you that are admirable. So you recently became part of this record label that you guys may have heard of, BLI. I know that was very important to you, man. Um, what made BLI? Why did you want to join BLI so bad? What made them feel like home to you?
We're
And you can't mention because your brother.
I was about to exempt my brother from this, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Exempting my brother. what they offer and what they seem to represent through their actions. They they always seem to move in honest ways. Every artist I've seen, I actually went back when they voted me in because I don't know if all know how Facebook works, but you can see previous messages and see what people fucking say when you get added to a group chat.
Oh yeah.
I could scroll up and see everything. And it just affirmed what I believed. It's a family. It's another unique family that you get to be a part of. And from an artist standpoint, they offer a lot of shit that saves me time. Merchandise, ability to book shows, free mix and mastering, and a shit ton of other stuff that would take too long to list. But it offers key things for me that I can know I could be a good representative of, but also selfishly really benefit from and grow as an artist from. And I'm always looking for growth. And I just felt like the next step to validate the professional that I believe that I am.
So what's the most exciting aspect about it?
The validation.
Feel like you made it, you graduated.
I feel like it's concrete public evidence that I belong and I'm a professional in this industry. To be the same category as my brother, to be the same category as T-Pose, same category as Cinematic, Lufkin Legends, Big Stacks, all these artists who've given me criticism and gave me a lot of positive flowers when they're looking for negative. Steve, Noah, like all these artists that I have had the privilege of getting to meet, listening to their music and be like, damn, dude, that's crazy. But then listen to my music and be like, damn, dude, I actually done the same shit in a different way. To get validation I didn't know I needed. Like it was very euphoric because it was like it was a confidence that I didn't think I didn't want to believe that I needed, but felt like I deserved, even though I didn't want to be entitled. Like this is the stamp that lets everybody know the BDR is in just as talented and just as good as everybody else.
Certified and solidified. I get it. I understand, bro. And you word things very well. So now that you are part of BLI, what can we expect?
More music. I feel pressure to produce more music in a quality manner.
And a new album? Like what are we looking at?
Yeah. That's. I mean, the challenge tonight was encumbersome.
Well, yeah, we know that,
but it was encumbersome of that was actually set up to try to build this resume to get on BLI. I wanted this. I thought in my head that it was going to take another album to show why I belonged, why I wanted to be, and why I deserve to be a part of this unique family. And to get it ahead of time means more, but it just means I'm going to work that much harder. It's a kick in the ass after already moving 100 miles an hour. Well, now I'm going 200. And now I have a financial backing from a consistent hourly job, no matter how hard I have to work, putting 10, 12, 14 hours days in. I'm going to stay. I might miss out on the stream, but I'm going to be in the studio writing a few more bars, recording to that extra line. It's just that extra added fuel to the fire because I have something. Not only am I representing myself now, I'm representing Rick Ruger, I'm representing BLI, I'm representing the shit show. I have other people's reputation now, whether intentional or not, attached to mine.
Well, that's well said, bro, because I'm counting on you. You know what I mean? So how close are we to the album?
Oh, we're a ways away. We're a ways away. I don't rush albums. I'm very meticulous. I do a lot of recording, going back, re-recording. I do that a lot anyway, but the first song just got finished today. I have a shit ton of songs wrote. I've already had the beats written too. So we're a ways away, but we're also not a ways away, as weird as that may sound. I have most of the album already wrote, but the process for me for recording takes an extremity amount of time because I'm very particular. I have to say shit in a certain cadence, a certain way that I feel confident in and I feel that other people will also be confident in. And with that, I can spend weeks on one song until I feel like it's there. So ideally, it won't be coming out till next year because we have Odd Unique and I have a full album recorded that's dropping in the fall. So I kind of have Into the Fest that I was sparking out now that kind of gives me that buffer. That's why I dropped the EP to give a taste of what the musical capability is, but it doesn't fit the theme of the next album.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Um, yeah. Well, you know the people waiting on that album, bro. You know what I mean? So like, but I actually respect your process because to me it sounds like you're working the way the old school artists used to work, not like not like now where they put an album out every couple weeks. You know what I mean? But artists all work at different paces, so nothing's right or wrong. I work like you work. I don't rush it. You know, if it sounds good, okay, fine. You know what I mean? But nah, an album, come on, man. Like that's a piece of your life and soul that you're putting out there. You know what I mean? And you definitely want to get it right. So, bro, um, do aliens exist?
Yeah.
What do
I
you
mean, you believe in
what
God, right?
yeah.
God's an alien. God's not
I've
from this earth. He created this earth.
I know I've heard this take before.
And regardless of religion, if you read the book of Enoch, actually, I can't say regardless of religion, but if you read the book of Enoch, which is a cert in the Bible, the Gutenberg Bible, which is the original Bible from start to finish that has not been altered. Well, I can't say that definitively, but mostly has been altered for sake of argument. Noah is described as a fucking white albino from this earth, not from this earth. So I firmly believe. I think it depends.
Do you believe there's a connection?
Yeah, and I mean, regardless, not to get hot taken, but like abortion and shit, like people think bacteria is life and shit. So if you take that argument too, there's been proven bacterial life forms on other planets, and I do think it's ignorant to think that there's galaxies and this galaxy that's light years, which is beyond our comprehension of this space. And imagine how much space we take up on this earth. All of us could fit into Texas if we weren't spread out. The entire population. I just think it's unfeasible to think that we're the only life form that's out there.
Yeah, with all those different planets and everything like that. Now, I don't know what's out there because I look in the mirror and I say to myself, well, if I exist, aren't I the proof that they exist? Because if I exist, then something else has to exist, right? Logically, I mean, or
I would
like,
say animals are a prime example of that. Look at all the different species of animals.
right?
You got
Like,
fish, you got birds, you got elephants, you got cows, you got fucking dogs, you got fucking Tasmanian devils, you got literally
this
like
is one planet. There's a billion of them out there. You're telling me if we exist, this could have happened somewhere else, right? That theoretically, right?
we got 8 other planets in our own solar system that we've never been to.
Right. That's wild, right?
We've
Well,
been to the moon supposedly. I mean, not to, I don't know. I'm not fucking educated enough. There's a lot of shit that's up in the air about that. But even if we've been to the moon, there's 7 other ones, if you count Pluto, that we've never been to. How do we know what we
I
can?
thought there were 9. What's going on? They changed it? I thought there were 9. What the fuck?
Well, Pluto's not considered a planet technically, or maybe it is
Oh,
now. But at one point, it
motherfuckers.
wasn't. It's too small.
That's wild. Yo, my personal take though, and this is crazy. Now, again, I don't know what's out there, and logically, if I exist and there's billions of other planets, okay, boom, I think it's only logical to draw a certain conclusion, right? Boom. But here, what's going on here now, how they're coming out of the oceans and how they're and all that, bro. I think that they're demons, bro. I think they're the fallen angels. I think they're the ones that was cast out of heaven. You know, like Satan was cast out with all his angels and everything. And where does it say that they were cast out to? Here, it's fucking says that shit. And it says that in the regular Bible. You ain't even got to read Enoch for that.
Yeah. So I have a unique take on that. So you ever seen the show Lucifer? It's on Netflix and shit.
No.
So it doesn't romanticize the devil, but it kind of gives him the redemption arc. He's still in hell, but he helps people get out of hell versus
Okay,
because
well, we
the
know that
concept,
ain't real. You know what I
no, but
mean?
the concept of it is that people are in hell due to their own guilt. He's just the hell's keeper. And for as loving and as
Mm,
forgiving that God's is, who would be the perfect person for him to forgive? It'd be his own fucking son. Now, I know this is all wishful thinking and this isn't within regards to the Bible perfectly, but at the same time, God forgives grace for grace is not deserved.
yeah.
So I feel that it's very plausible that could be demons, it could be anything, but it could also be just another test to build character. We don't even know fucking 10% of our ocean. God knows,
Yeah.
only knows what He's created. Everything He
Well,
does has a purpose. So
in the Bible, bro, it talks a lot about the oceans, and it's weird because I never noticed it when I was younger and they would preach it. But when you look at it now, it's like in Revelations, John's like, I saw a beast rise from the sea. Like, it literally tells you that. It says that when the river of the Euphrates dries up, that under it, there's something that's going to come out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To your point, though, they did say it's not, the kingdom isn't of this world. I mean, that phrase is used how many times in there, bro? Even in the Quran, it talks like that, bro.
exactly, I think the Bible is honestly evidence that aliens exist.
Hey, man, I don't know. That's that's why I wanted to bring it up, bro. You know what I mean? Get a different take. You know what I mean, from
Yeah, not to
somebody else.
get not to get too religious, but I mean, if you do your research, man, and you interpret it, the language word for word. I mean, like you just said, heaven is not of this world. How was
Yeah.
that's the definition of a fucking alien?
Hey,
We
Hosh.
call we call people from Mexico coming into America illegal aliens. You know what I mean? Because they're
Yeah.
not from this country, so it's
That's what the phrase means. You know what I mean? Not of this world, right? I
yeah.
think that
So
translates to alien. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I know
I,
Superman was an alien. Yeah, that don't get talked about enough.
I mean, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. That fucking Saiyans are human like humanoids who are aliens. So they're
Yeah.
space monkeys.
Oh shit. Ill still rocking with us.
Shout out Il for being here. Shout out for submitting your verse in the competition. Great submission.
Oh
We
man,
got to
that
work
was.
together.
Whoo, that shit was fucking crazy, bro.
I thought he
Good
took it.
shit, bro. Good shit. Um, so, bro, how has your sound evolved in the last? So you started when you were like 20 or 21. You're 24 now. How has your sound changed and evolved in just that short period of time?
The from a technical aspect, the timing, the just the overall technique has just got a lot more refined. But um, really, the vulnerability. I think my sound's about to evolve when this album does come out, and
Mm.
when you hear the album with Odd Unique, that's facts. TPO, TPO. I don't know why I always call you TPO. It's probably because my name's a BDR, so I apologize. I know it's TPO, but it really
He's
evolves.
Asian.
Pickle is my favorite, but it really is the really just tearing down the insecurities. It started with the song Insecurities, which was inspired by my brother's song Right on My Wrongs, and willing to be that Eminem-esque vulnerable. The vulnerability of because I write with my emotions, but I unintentionally put this guard up where I don't want to get too detailed. And it's breaking that barrier over the years and just getting more and more detailed to make it more and more authentic because that's what I want. I want people to hate me for me or love me for me, but I don't want you to love me for not me.
I hear that. Yo, I think you're achieving that, bro. Because now look, you're on here with this interview. We've talked about a lot of different things, bro. Like a lot of personal stuff. You know what I mean? Now you brought up your mom. Now your mother's been on an incredible health journey. We're talking from I guess if I understand correctly, because it's kind of crazy. It started with breast cancer. No, it started with MS.
Yeah, since she was 22 or 23.
MS at a very young age.
Yeah, she got diagnosed shortly after I was born. 23 years old. We lost our sister when at 22. I was 22 months old. My sister died of Sandhoff. She's like the second person ever in the world to be diagnosed with that. I don't even know what the fuck it does. I just know it shuts your body down.
I don't know what that is.
That's how rare it is.
Yeah.
And that was a mental journey for her. Something she battles with to this day. Losing a child, I can never fathom. I have a stepson now that's 2 years old, and I'd probably I wouldn't, but I'd want to commit mass murder if something ever happened to him that I couldn't prevent.
Yeah.
Can't even fathom that. But she had MS 2 days after I turned 13, April 5th. 2 days. I was already in the wheelchair. 2 days after my birthday party, which was on my birthday, she went to the hospital and got diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. So it's been I'm 24. It's been 11 years. And when I'm 2022, she has breast cancer cells in her body, but not full on breast cancer. She's had shit to have it removed. That's still like an ongoing thing. She kind of keeps me out of the loop as the youngest child. But what I do know is it still exists. It's still cause for concern. But she is patient zero. She's the only person on the planet to have MS, stage 4 breast cancer, and if I remember the proper terminology, it's a parasitic tumor. And that's only ever been found on kids, excluding her, to have all 3 at the exact same time in medical history. That's never been recorded before. So it's been a very defining thing trying to be this young guy who's now a young adult, but be the kid who kind of turned into an adult as soon as I got that information, to be a supporter, to know that she had somebody that she could rely on as one of her kids.
It's pretty rough, man. So, and then you're going through your own thing at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's like you're supporting your mom and you're trying to be there emotionally for your mother, but then also you are personally dealing with like a ton of health problems, which, bro, I could see why that would have led you to a depression, bro. But one thing that I learned about you a while back, and I hope that the people that watch this today, that they learn about you, bro, is you're like a little pit bull with no quit. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna fight. I mean, like, bro, when I was younger, I seen a lot of dog fighting and stuff like that. I hate it. Okay, I really hate it. But I've seen pit bulls fight. I mean, their legs were broken. They still trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of what reminds me of you, man. Like, you're just not that person that's ever gonna give up, man, at all, bro.
I'm a firm believer. That's a lot of love, and I really appreciate that, dude. That means a lot coming from you. I have very high respect for you for you to peep that and give me those flowers. That means a lot. I'm a firm believer that if I'm breathing, it's possible.
Hell yeah.
If you're not scared of your dreams, you're not dreaming big enough. I like living in a little bit of fear, because with fear comes bravery, and with bravery becomes success. And if you fall, you were brave enough to take the challenge, which means you're able to learn from it.
Man, that's deep, bro. Now, so in closing, bro, we'll leave the people with this, man. If there's someone out there right now that's watching or that sees this later, that's dealing with health problems or anxiety or any of the things that you went through, right? And that they're feeling like giving up, or they may feel like, you know, they just can't battle through anymore. It's too, like, you know, they've been battling and now they want to give up, bro. What would you tell them, man?
Don't. No matter how hard it is, don't. You'd be amazed. Watch the show Survivor. Listen to their stories. Listen to mine. I wasn't supposed to fucking walk again. I've cheated death 5 times. I've had 2 heart attacks, suffered carbon monoxide poisoning, been ran over by a car, have a terminal illness. I'm still here and I ain't shit. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you can't live for yourself, live for someone else, because you'll never know the pain that you could inflict on someone else. And you don't know what's going to happen to you in the afterlife, regardless of your religious faith. You don't know the impact that I could, if you want to be selfish, you want to look at it from an entirely selfish point of view. That could be the thing that damns you in the afterlife or non-afterlife, and you just ruin someone else's life. And that's going to be on your spiritual conscience, whether you want it to be or not. So just know that no matter what you're going through, someone's probably got it fucking worse, dog. I had it pretty rough growing up, but I had supportive parents. I had a roof over my head. I had food on my table, even if it was a couple bites every single night. I may not have heat or AC, but I had a floor to sleep on. There's someone out there who's got none of that. So even though you feel like you're alone, even though I got a mom that literally no one else on this planet other than family can even start to conceive to understand, there's still someone out there. There's 7 billion plus people on this planet that somehow, some way has it worse, and they're willing to fight. So if they're willing to fight, what excuse do you got? Don't make one. Find a reason to keep pushing.
Hell yeah, man. Well, BDR, man, I think we're going to end it there for the night, bro, man. Look, I really appreciate you coming through. I know it's been a long day. We've been online for a while, man. But, man, I really appreciate your time and everything, man. I'll see you soon, all right?
Hey, man, much love. Thank you so much for hosting the challenge. Thank you for having me. From me to you. And just, I can't say enough. Thank you, bro. Seriously.
Hell yeah, man. Well, what I want people to take away from tonight's interview is the power of persistence and consistency and just fortitude, and then understanding the risks that you may take and rolling the dice and betting on yourself and going through everything that certain people go through, but then also still at the end of the day remaining grateful. And I think that is the key to life, yo. And when people say you can't learn from a lot of people in my age bracket, they say, oh, these young kids, I say it too, they say you can't learn from them. I think that tonight is a perfect example that yes, you can learn from them, because I absolutely have learned from BDR. And if you watch this interview, you will too. So, man, good night, everybody. Mad love to everybody. Mad love to BDR. Mad love to the whole Triple R community, PLI, everybody, man. We'll see you next time.
Well, that's the end. We're calling it a night. The buffet was loaded and the food was just right. Stacked up the plate, then I went back for 3. If there's one more dessert, save a slice for me. Mashed potatoes, chicken ribs on a roll. Mac and cheese put a smile on my soul. Ice cream, corn, pie saying, come on back. I ain't leaving till my buttons start to crack. Hey, we cleaned that buffet. Every single tray got carried away. From the first bite to the last French fry, we ate so much we nearly touched the sky. So wave goodbye till the next big feast. Bring your appetite from west to east. Same big laugh, same hungry crew. The Big Fat Rick Show will be waiting for you. Now it's time to roll on home. Find a couch and leave me alone. Thanks for watching, don't you fret. We'll see you at the buffet on the next Big Fat Rick Show. Stay hungry.